Welcome everyone, it's a new video here. Today I'm going to be featuring some Pokemon from the Kanto Cup. Now, just quickly want to say, hope you guys did well on your ranked battles, and again, the Kanto Cup right now is just for non-ranked battles, but also a really fun cup. And today I'm going to be featuring a team of Wigglytuff, Electrode, and Rapidash. So this is actually a very solid team. One of the YouTubers that I've been following, Zionic, actually featured this team before. But I just made a small little difference here. Instead of Foul Play, I'm actually running Hyper Beam. Now, Hyper Beam will lose a few key matchups, such as with some of the Ghost types or Psychic types. But however, Hyper Beam is still very strong in general, and Discharge is still enough to force shield. So I'm running that as a safe swap, the Electrode here, and I'm starting out with the Wigglytuff lead with Charm, Play Rough, and Ice Beam. And then in the back I have a Rapidash, a Kanto Rapidash with Incinerate, Flame Charge, and Drill Run. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these battles here. Battle, and yeah, this is just a really fun team to run. In this particular set, I went 3 out of 5, so not too bad. So Wigglytuff on the lead versus a Lapras to start. So this is a pretty neutral matchup, and this is an Ice Shard Lapras, so I'll be chunking away a little bit at the Wiggly, and it's going to actually build to 7 Ice Shards here. And they're actually going to be throwing an Ice Beam, but I decided to not shield just to see what move was going to be. So yeah, they do throw an Ice Beam, which gets my Wiggly pretty low. I'm going to be able to get off a charge move here, which is going to be the Play Rough. And Play Rough will deal neutral damage to the Lapras here, but it'll still probably force a shield. It does force a shield, which is great. It'll let the Wiggly go down, which is fine. So the whole point of this team is to really get shield advantage, just so then Rapidash can come in to close out whatever whatever's in the back. So my Electrode now comes in, and again I do not shield, but they do throw another Ice Beam, which chunks away at my Electrode. I'm going to be able to farm down the Lapras here with a couple Volt Switches. So now we see an Alolan Marowak coming in. So what I'm going to be doing here is to build up to pretty much pseudo back-to-back discharges. So I'm going to be pretty much loaded at about 1 and a little bit close to 2. So you can see here I'm about to reach the second one, but I decide to shield here. This is going to be forcing the Marowak to go down, or it's going to grab the last shield. So I do shield up the Bone Club from this Marowak, and I'm able to get to the second discharge here. So the second discharge is going to either take out the Marowak or force the shield. So it forces the second shield, which is great. So we both simultaneously swap. So I swap into a Rapidash, and then the opponent swaps in with their Machamp. So I'm going to have the shield because the Rock Slide is going to be taking me out if it lands. And I do call the Rock Slide, which is great for me. I'm throwing a Flame Charge here after over-tapping just a little bit. So Rapidash is going to be throwing the Flame Charge here, which is going to take out this Machamp. So now I can pretty much get to the next charge move, which is going to be a Drill Run. So this Drill Run is definitely going to be KOing the Alolan Marowak from this range. And that is going to be a good game, and very well played to my opponent. Moving into the second battle. Apologies for the lighting. I had to turn it on because it's getting a little dark over here. So anyway, moving on to the second battle, we have Wiggly on the lead versus a Kanto Raichu, a shiny one at that. So pretty spicy. So I'm going to continue to keep charming here. So they are at 3 Volt Switches, which could be either Thunder Punch or a Wild Charge. So they actually throw a Wild Charge here, which gets my Wiggly pretty low, which is unfortunate. But I'm still going to be chunking, but it's not going to be enough to take down the Raichu, which is okay. gonna be coming in with my Electrode here just to farm down and get some extra energy. So throw 1 and 2. That gets the Raichu down. And the opponent's gonna come in with an Alolan Sandslash. So that's actually not too bad. So what I'm gonna do here is, again, same thing, throw the pseudo back-to-back discharges, which is going to be forcing the shields from the opponent here. So I guess the first shield, which is great. And I'm also going to be shielding on my end. I know it's just an Ice Punch, but it's still going to chip away. So what I'm going to do next is throw the next one right here. Yeah, so the next discharge is coming in. So it forces the second shield, which is awesome. So I decide to come in on the Rapidash onto the charge move, which is great. It's going to be a Ice Punch again. Now the opponent comes in with a Water Gun Blastoise, which is really, really bad for the Rapidash. So I actually decided to go for a Joran here, which I think was actually a little mistake. What I should have done in this situation was throw a Flame Charge first to get a guaranteed boost, and then throw a Joran. But again, I was unable to get to the second charge move, which is unfortunate. So I'm gonna have to come in with my Electrode and shield up this Hydro Cannon. So I shield the Hydro Cannon. Now I think another thing I could have done better in this battle was to actually build up a little bit more energy. So you can see here I was throwing the discharge immediately, which was a mistake. I was underestimating the health that the Alolan Sandslash still had. So you can see here it got down to a little bit low, but I wasn't able to get to the next discharge in time. And then so the Alolan Sandslash was able to throw the Ice Punch, and that would take me out. So again, a very close game. Could have played that one a little bit better, but that's okay. Good game. Very well played to my opponent there. Moving into the next battle. Against Luna Zeus 3. Cool name, if you ask me. Anyway, so we have Wiggly on the lead versus Clefable. A very interesting matchup. The charms are going to add up for both of the opponents, both of us here. So I'm going to keep charming. Charm is a really, really great move. Okay, so I swap and catch the Meteor Mash right on my Electrode, which is awesome. So the Meteor Mash does quite a bit of chip damage, so that's fine. And then I'm able to Volt Switch down, which is great. So what decides to come in? It's the Alola Marowak again. And again, I'm going to be doing the same thing that I've been doing earlier, which is build up to a pseudo back-to-back discharge. So here comes the first one. Grabs the shield, which is great. The next one coming in. So this is actually a Hex Alola Marowak, which is actually pretty good for me. Now Hex generates energy a little bit better than Fire Spin does. So at this point, I know I'm out of energy. I decide to let the Electrode go down, which is fine. And they actually throw a Shadow Ball. So I'm coming into my Wiggly, throwing off a charge move, which is the Play Rough. Getting this one off. Does a lot of chip damage, so I come in with my Rapidash. Gonna have to be shielding whatever it throws. So this is actually going to be the Shadow Ball. And then I'm going to continue to build, and again another Blastoise comes out in the back. So I'm going to go for a Joran again, do some nice neutral damage. Again, I could have probably thrown a Flame Charge to be on the safe side. So Joran does some nice neutral damage here against the Blastoise. So they get to a charge move. The Hydro Cannon, of course, will take me out if I don't shield. So I will be shielding this Hydro Cannon here. So I now decide to go for the Flame Charge, which is going to be chipping a little bit at this Blastoise. Again, doing some resisted damage, but hopefully I'm able to get to, hopefully I'm able to survive. And I do barely survive. But I can swap it right away to the Wiggly and take out the Alolan Marowak because it's going to be resisting these hexes. And that's going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent. Alright, and moving on to the fourth battle here. This is such a very fun team to run, so I love running this team. So we have Wigglytuff on the lead versus a Wigglytuff mirror. So again, really neutral matchup. These charms are going to be racking up damage pretty quickly. So we're going to keep charming away. Alright. So I throw the play rough first. I win CMP tie here. So this is either going to allow the Wiggly to go down or grab a shield from them. So they do shield, and at this point I'm not going to shield. Again, the whole point of this team is to have shield advantage for the Rapidash in the back. So I'm going to bring in my Electrode here. And then I'll be farming down this Wigglytuff here. I do take 2 charms worth of damage though, which is a little bit dangerous here. So another Charmer, Clefable comes in this time. So same thing. Going to be building up to pretty much pseudo back-to-back discharges here. So here comes the first one. Grabbing the shield, which is fine. Going to be throwing the next discharge right here. Also do some nice chip damage. Going to be swapping right away to Rapidash. And they swap into another Blastoise. This is like the 3rd game in a row which I went against the Blastoise. So this time I decide to fire off a Flame Charge first just to boost up my attack a little bit. But again, I don't know if there's really much I can do here. Alright, so I'm able to get to the draw run in time just before this Rapidash goes down. Now this draw run will be taking on the Blastoise. But Clefable's able to take me out. Alright. So Electrode's almost out of energy here. I shield the Meteor Mash. However, I'm not able to Volt Switch down because the charms will take me out before the Volt Switch goes through. So that's unfortunate, but again, great game. Very well played to my opponent. Moving into the final battle of this set. This set, you'll see that I'm able to land a cool attack here. You'll see. So Wigglytuff versus a Mew, which is very, very interesting. So Mews typically run with the Shadow Claw. As you can see, it's doing double resistant damage because of the normal typing here on Wigglytuff. So the Mew's going to be throwing a charge move here, which is actually going to be an Ancient Power. So I've never seen that being run on a Mew before. Swap out into a Shadow Vic, and then I'm going to swap right away to my Rapidash, chipping away and doing some heavy damage here to the Victory Bell. So I'm going to shield this Leaf Blade and then do some heavy resist damage to my Rapidash. So I'm going to be able to overfarm and grab some extra energy here. I'm going to be flame charging the Mew when it comes back in. It's going to be grabbing a shield for sure. So throw a flame charge, gets a shield, which is awesome. Alright, going to be able to get to another flame charge. It's going to be pressuring the Mew for the shield. So I'm not able to get the Incinerate off, which is unfortunate. So we'll actually decide to let this go. They got the boost, so that is looking pretty bad. I have to come in with Wigglytuff here. Alright, I'm going to try to charm down, but they're able to get to a charge move, unfortunately. So this is most likely going to be another Ancient Power, but I'm going to shield it just to preserve a little bit of health in the Wiggly. So I'm going to come in with my Electrode on whatever comes in the back, and it's an Alolan Raticate. So at this point, I can really outpace this Alolan Raticate. It's a bite Alolan Raticate, by the way. and then I'm able to get to the Hyper Beam. Here it comes. This is probably going to one-shot the Alolan Raticate in this ring. Here we go. Boom! And it gets the one-shot. And that is a great game. Very well played to my opponent. So as you can see with this game, this set, I got 3 and 5, which isn't too bad. But you know, this is a fun team to run. Charmer in the front, Electrode, and then the Rapidash in the back is such an awesome closer. When shields are down, you know, the Rapidash is pretty much going to go to town and wreak some havoc there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, it's such a fun team to run again. And yeah, that's all for this one. See you guys in the next one.